deception have entered into the brain.
We die by the gun, we die by the knife. Life's cheap in the streets these days. It's hard to keep pace with the number of kids dying to save face, dead for nothing. Brown and black men still the victims when we die by the gun, we die by the knife. Life's cheap in the streets these days. It's hard to keep pace with the number of folk dying and suffering. Too much murder in the city of medicine.
As an African American male, it is really disappointing to me that all the deaths this year were African American males. The deceased ranged in ages from 18 to 41, and the suspects, including those already arrested, ranged in age from 18 to 21.
Of Durham, North Carolina, and of course we are doing a documentary on black-on-black murders in the city.
A problem. And they have to be willing to seek out help in solving the problem. A lot of times families will know that they have issues, but they don't want to try to reach out to other people to help them, either because of a matter of pride or they just want to do it. They're going to try to solve it themselves. Or some of them are going to just say, maybe if I don't pay any attention to it, it'll just go away. And that's not going to happen. You've got to be willing to
and I think the communities need to come together and stop the wall of silence, and they need to hold people accountable for what they've done. You know, stop the gangs, let the police know who the gang members are, let them know who the gang leaders are, and when you see things, cooperate. And I realize that's a scary thing for a lot of people. I realize that's a risky thing for a lot of people.
Roger Eccles, and I'm currently the Chief Assistant District Attorney here in Durham County. Largely responsible for the day-to-day operations of the Office of the District Attorney, and also I carry a caseload and prosecute cases, typically violent crime. Generally, I think it's a lack of respect. I think it's a lack of valuing one's own life and lack of being taught to value one's own life.
Wow.
And when you are unable to do that, so to speak, it's hard to be able to value someone else's life, and respect takes on a totally different nature than what most of us see as respect. So,
because you said traffic and criminal.
Yes.
Now, can you tell me, as far as criminal,
Yes.
is there a majority?
Most of the criminal defendants I have are African American.
Okay.
Yes. In my opinion, it starts way before they put the gun in their hand. It starts way before they leave the house that day. And my concern for them and for the entire community is that we do more to interject and intercede at a much earlier point in their lives.
Weapons of mass deception have entered into the brain.
We die by the gun, we die by the knife. Life's cheap in the streets these days. It's hard to keep pace with the number of kids dying to save face, dead for nothing. Brown and black men still the victims when we die by the gun, we die by the knife. Life's cheap in the streets these days. It's hard to keep pace with the number of folk dying and suffering. Too much murder in the city of medicine. Durham, North Carolina in the headlines. Murder rate, front page of the New York Times. We big talk upstate, like Frank was still pumping. The Matthews boys gone, them streets still humming. Little wannabes catching bodies in threes, then flee in the heat of flag wars under summer sun. We losing more sons every summer to guns. Politicians listen with one ear, so they only hear the cries in mono with their eyes closed. Never see the tears flow down the cheeks of single mamas working 60 hours a week to keep the house lit. You see this hard-working woman bought her son some nice clothing, but a punk shot him for it, so she buried him in his outfit. Mother and child chill in the car. Meanwhile, shots ring out, both go down. He's gone now. I don't know how we can ever stop the trend of folk killing brown and black men. Of folk killing brown and black men. Brown and black men. Brown and black men. Brown and black men.